Hello, this is Darth Blint, and welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the question, excuse me, where should I get my first lightsaber? Question mark, question mark. Well, this question can only be answered by you, the individual who's spending the money itself. But there are a few things that you need to ask yourself before purchasing your first saber. One, what's my price range? Do I have the money to purchase a high end, a mid tier, a low end lightsaber? And by a low end, I mean $100, a mid tier 300, a high end 600 up. Because depending on what you're looking for, that's what it's going to cost. So the first thing you always need to think about, what's my budget? The second thing is, um, do I want NeoPixel or RGBW? And honestly, your budget range is going to have a lot to do with that. You're not going to find NeoPixel for under $500, but is NeoPixel worth it? In my opinion, yes. If you can afford or save up to get a NeoPixel, do it. And the third question, which is by far the most important question that you need to ask yourself, is what am I going to use this lightsaber for? Is this lightsaber going to be a shelf queen, for example? Is this lightsaber going to be used for dueling purposes? Is this lightsaber going to be, by the way, a shelf queen is like a lightsaber that you get, you put on the shelf, and you keep it all nice and pretty, and you cut it on sometimes when people come over to show off, and it's just like, oh my precious. That's what a shelf queen is. So you have that. Are you going to be using it for dueling? Are you using it for cosplay? Or are you using it for lightsaber flow videos or any combination there in between? Now, if you're using it particularly for cosplay, you're going to want to make sure that your lightsaber has a cover tack wheel. And you're going to want to get a belt clip so that way you can clip it onto your belt and with the cover tack wheel. A lot of people, new people, may not realize that that's what you're going to need to keep it on your person, or that's the best way, is with a cover tack wheel, in my opinion. And some medium and high end sabers, most medium and high, come with that. Lower end sabers, you can opt into the cover tack wheel for an additional price. Now, if you're using it for flow, I would say definitely a NeoPixel blade, as long as it's just for flow, because the color combinations that you can get, the effects that you can get, the I mean, there's controversy here. Some people do not like the effects of a NeoPixel blade. Some people can't live without the effects of a NeoPixel blade. It very much depends on your your style. If you're using it for combat, I would stay away from NeoPixel. Go with an RGBW or an RGB, and so that everything is confined in the hilt, so that way there's no damaging. If the blade gets damaged, you can order another one fairly cheap, so you're never going to be out that bad. Excuse me. Now, so if you're using it for flow, NeoPixel. If you're using it purely for battling and you're not going to be doing anything else with battling, RGBW. But really, it comes down to what you prefer. You always want to get a lightsaber that you feel like represents you, or it's the one you want. Some people will say, "Oh, this is a good starter lightsaber." And in my opinion, there's no such thing as a starter lightsaber. It's whatever lightsaber you want is the lightsaber you should get. Don't let anyone tell you, "Oh no, that one's too complicated for beginners," or "Oh, that one requires, doing this or doing that." If you want, I mean, they have lightsabers out there that you can control through Bluetooth with your phone to either change the colors, change the fonts, change a smooth swing. By the way, smooth swing, you also need to ask yourself that if you're getting flow art, if you're going to do it specifically for flow, smooth swing is something that some flow artists love, others hate, because as you're doing your flow, all you're going to hear is the instead of the sound of the hum. So that's something else that you need to keep in mind. So there are a ton of different saber companies based off of what are you looking for. But so before you purchase any lightsaber and before you even start looking at website hilts, you need to answer these questions, because without answering these questions, you're really going in blind, because you need to have these answers to truly understand, oh, here we go. Do I want a film accurate lightsaber? Do I want one that looks like it's from Star Wars? Do I want one that looks like it would never be in Star Wars, but looks really freaking awesome, that has like an amazing like style to it? There is a lightsaber for literally any type of imagination, okay? And then you need to ask yourself, what kind of control system do I want? Do I want it all to be in hilt? Do I want, like I said, do I want to be able to control it through Bluetooth? How in depth do I want to get when it comes to programming? Like diamond boards are notoriously known as being super hard to program. If you've never used a diamond board, their programming system, they have made it a little bit easier. They have their quick system where you just pick one of the sound fonts you already have. But if you're using a new sound font, you have to make a color for every swing, for the hum, for the clash, for the initiate, all of it. You have to design personally, and some people love that, some people hate it. Artemis, what are you doing, baby? In my opinion, you have to answer these questions. Is this something that I feel like I'm going to be doing for a while? Is this something that I'm just wanting to experiment with? If it's just for cosplay, then you can get sabers from companies that don't even offer internals, so you can just wear a really sexy hilt on your belt that won't cost you, won't break the bank. So really, I've seen these questions asked in previous videos. I don't know where to buy my first lightsaber. Answer these questions, leave the answers down below, and I will point you in the direction of where you need to go. And if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and like and leave a comment. By doing so, it enters you into a mystery box Ultra Saber lightsaber giveaway that I do on a live stream on the 20th of every month. And for all of you who are already subscribed, you know what to do. Like and leave additional comments for more entries into the drawing for the Ultra Saber lightsaber mystery box giveaway. If you have any further questions, or if you have any things you need me to answer, or any like, hey, I would like a lightsaber that's good for battling and that looks screen accurate, or blah blah blah. Pick out which one of all those things that I said, line them up from most important to least important, and then I will link personally to you where I think you need to buy. And a big thing is, flow art, yes or no, combat, yes or no, shelf piece, yes or no, cosplay, yes or no. And then answer that, and then answer price range. Give me just a generalized number that you're comfortable going up or down $100, let's say. And then so give me a price range, answer those, and then let me know, if there's anything specific you're looking for. Screen accurate, yes or no. Do you want it to look like it comes from the universe? Yes or no. Do you want it to be a specific one from one of the movies or Clone Wars? Yes or no. So all you have to do is ask those questions or answer those questions, and I'll say, great, here's where you need to start looking. Not that you need to purchase from them, but here's a place to start based off of what you've said. This has been Darth Blint. Thank you for watching the video, and may your chains be broken.